Jones. I put a video out in 2014 on the Trojan steel cut-off bench. Well, at that time I just called it, well, the steel bench then, because I was going into a competition thing and they needed photos, and they said to put them on YouTube. Well, that's what we done. Well, it's still the same. Like you see my ads now, you can see them on YouTube, and also they're incorporated into my website. So you would have seen them. But it's still the same. I haven't, I've added, there's an additional thing now, but it's really not necessary. It's what I call the rail support. That's when you've got your long links on, which I can't muck around with now because it's too restricted an area, but that supports the rails when you've got your link cut and gauge out here, sort of thing. But it still works without that, so that's all right. I was going to see if I could find a place to put a hook to hang my water bags, but you don't see water bags now. A good few years ago, I sold a bench to an old fella near Rockhampton somewhere, and he was pleased with it, and he got back in contact with me and said that he put a tray on it somewhere to put his pens and that in for marking. And I thought, oh, that's a good idea. But I'm not going to copy that. I'm not going to take that. That's his invention. I don't take other people's inventions. But as this is, I'm just comparing it to other steel cut-off benches. Like this is not a miter saw bench. This, although you can put a miter saw on it, turn the turntable lengthwise and that, but it's made as a steel cut-off bench, and that's precisely what it's meant to do, and it does. Yeah, well, I just want to point out the features that I've got that I haven't seen on any other bench. And the most obvious ones are, and the most important ones are, that it sits on a turntable. I've stated that in the other one, but I never went really into much about it. But the turntable is mounted so that you've got a 175 mil of movement there, and you probably say, well, what do you want that for? Well, what I want that for is when I say you're cutting just the ordinary tube steel like that, see, you put everything, or try to put everything in the middle of the roll. Well, you lock it up there and away you go. And make sure you lock this tight. Anyway, that's okay, right. Well then, say you want to cut a wide piece of flat, or something like that you can't fit, like it's best to cut flat on this edge with these sort of saws, I find. I haven't got any big pieces to do it with, but this will do. This bit of wood will show you where the inch one was travelling in the middle of the rollers. This one, you couldn't do it because it's so. That's the point of having that adjustable. You go right there, see? And then you lock him up. So everything on this bench is adjustable. Right, well that's one thing that I haven't seen on another bench. And you can do your 45s. You can, I'm not used to this saw. Oh, I haven't loosened my bolt there. I don't know if this spanner does it. The last video I took was in the shed and explaining everything. Well, this is in the lounge room of my humble house, because the bench, the Trojan bench, is up for sale, like the business, and I got it on sale through Coast to Coast Media, and that's why it's up inside. Well, I'll talk about that later, but anyway, I haven't, but you put it on your 45s and you can cut your 45s sort of thing with that, righto. And when you're cutting with the link gauge, with this, you, as was explained on another one, you've got your kickback stop here. And you can cut with your link gauge, any link you like, and you don't have to walk back and flick it over and walk back and flick it back. If you were cutting stuff 12 foot long with one of those gauges, you'd be forever walking backwards and forwards if you're on your own. So the kickback stop is absolutely solely my invention. So nothing else that I've seen. And well, the gauge, well, it turns around so it can go down between these and that sort of thing. No other one's got a toolbox like carry gear, although this is a wooden one. If I ever was to just do it again, like I had in mind a steel one, but I'm not a sheet metal worker really, and so I am a bit of a woodworker, so I went for wood. And in the old bench I got in the shed that I made in 1986, I replaced the lid on it about 2 years ago. So that's how long they last. But and for folding up and setting up for work, well, this folds and unfolds in a matter of seconds. You just there. There, right, you're ready to wheel. Well, no bench I've seen is that quick. A lot of them have got their roller assemblies and all that. That's absolutely not necessary on a portable bench. You only need a freestanding roller. The only purpose of it is to keep it level with the bench, with the working area of the bench. Well, I can't think of anything else on it. Oh, well, you got the retractable stand here to wheel it, and it comes with two different types of wheels: the small wheels for the workshop and the 10-inch punch-proof wheels for outdoors. Whatever you want. So, I'm going to state that I've made the most versatile and productive portable drop saw bench. Now that's going to start a bit of a, but I don't care. If they can come up with a better one, and they want a competition of how many of this you can cut and how many of that you can cut and how neat and accurate everything is, I'll be in it. I won't be doing it, but I know young fellas that got these benches that would be only too bloody pleased to do it. And I never really went into showing you the roller stand when I put that video on, but they're strongly made, and when anyone comes to pick up a bench from the shed, I always say, do you know why I've got these two steel chops on each side of the wings? And they look and they, no. Well, they're there for a reason. And the reason is that, as I said, when you're cutting flat steel, it's a lot easier to cut when it's on its edge. Well, you can have it on its edge and it will never fall down on the axle. You've still got space there to put a drop of oil on the axle every now and again whenever you want to. The steel won't fall onto it. And plenty of room for the height of the bench, and they can be used in correlation with a drill press or anything, you know. And I've got a bit of a pamphlet here that I saw on the computer. They had these roller stands for sale. It's a reputed company, and that's the bench and the price. Now, looking at that bench, these saws will cut what the manufacturer says, 100 by 100 wall box steel. Well, if you've got a length of 100 by 100 box steel, say 6 mil wall, and you use one of these roller stands and put it on, I'd say that base would just sink straight to the floor. It's got no stays, no nothing. And it's $115 dearer than what I'm charging today for a bench. Right. Well, that's that bit. And well, one of the main reasons I'm putting this video on is to try and get the big fellas interested. Like, I get plenty of inquiries from little fellas like me, which is, it's past that stage. It's like, there's a bloke from America wanted to know if I could supply him with 15 units. And another bloke from Denver, Colorado sent me an email inquiring what would be the freight on the bench and stands over there. You know, like, the bloke that wanted the 15 units, I just got on to him and said that was about June. I said, I'm fully booked out until Christmas. Well, I was too. So, there's room for there's room for a big supplier in these things, because there's nothing else like it. And to sell these sort of benches, the best uh, well, what do you say? Is to talk to the people that have them. And I have gone to the trouble to make out a bit of a list of all the blokes that have bought a bench off. And this is the list. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If that's not enough, I can give you more. But that's not all the benches I've sold. There's a lot of those blokes who bought too. And I'm making a bench now, and it is for a bloke whose name's in this, and he's already bought 3 off me, and this one I'm making will be his 4th. He's a contract stockyard builder between New South Wales and Queensland, he operates. He'll give you a good impression on what the benches can do. So that's about, I there's nothing more I can say. You have seen the bench, like the way it operates and everything. So I'm just hoping that some big manufacturers who can turn them out quick, but I must emphasise too that unless they keep to the standard that these are, well, I don't know how he'll go. I won't guarantee anything. But if he can turn out benches to this standard, he's going to make a fortune. I wished I had 1,000 of them to sell, like this. That'd be. I wouldn't have any sleepless nights if I did, because that'd allow me to advertise. That's one thing I haven't been able to do, because I can't supply. If they ring, sorry mate, I'm booked out. But with 1,000 behind you, you could put it on TV. You could go to every big field day. You could have a bloke going around to all the stations just demonstrating one. Yeah. But anyway, I'll get feedback now from what I've said about being the most versatile and productive bench on the market. That I've seen. There could be one or so I haven't seen, but I've never seen anything. And I've sold a bench in every state in Australia, bar Tasmania, and one bloke in Western Australia, I said to him, do you want a bench and you want it sent from Charters Towers to Perth? I said, that's about 6,000 kilometres. I said, you can't get nothing closer than that. He said, I've looked everywhere. He said, and nothing else comes close, really, to this. Nothing comes close. So, that's good enough on its own. There's a lot of work in making things. A lot of blokes have said, oh, I'll make my own. I said, yeah, right. Make your own. I said, but if you make them to the standard that I make them, I said, let me know how many hours it took you. I know there's a lot have tried to emulate these benches, but I've never ever seen them. I got to say for today. And I just hope that some big manufacturer happens to look at YouTube and give me a ring. I'm sure we can work something out. Righto,